Hi everyone, welcome back to ROS Q&A here at The Construct. My name is Rodrigo, and today I'm going to be answering this question I saw on ROS Answer, in which this guy, MLF, is trying to get his setup going for ROS2 with the dependencies and creating his packages and his files, his nodes. So he says that he has a big project to translate to ROS2, and when he creates a package, it creates a standard structure. How can I add there all of the Python files I need? And there is no chance that I can run the whole project using one Python file. So that's this question, and the answer is it's really simple, but it's really important for you to get going. So first of all, if you have a project, you can have as many packages and as many Python files as you nodes as you want. So I'm going to show you how to organize a simple version of a project and how you can do this, how you can put more than one Python file in your package. So let's go and do that. All right. So first of all, we're going to go to the constructsim.com, which is our platform. And if you don't have an account, you can create one. And if you do have one, just log in. And then we're going to create a rosject. So over here on the left, click on my rosjects. And here you can create a new rosject. Since this is ROS2, we'll select ROS2 Foxy. And for the name, we can call it whatever we want. So package structure, let's say. Same for the description, and we can leave it public for whoever wants to check it out after the video is done. So you can click on create, and right here should be the rosject that you just created. So we're going to go ahead and click on run. So while this is loading, let me just send you back to the constructsim.com just to show you our platform. This is a really good place to learn robotics in ROS2 and ROS1. We have over 50 robotics courses that you can take. You can also take learning paths if you're interested in navigation or machine learning. So we have a big variety, and you don't have to be an experienced programmer, but you can be. And yeah, I just recommend you guys come check this one out. And yeah. So it seems like it's loaded. I'm just going to close everything here to get you an idea of how this should be going. And I'm going to first open up a new shell. And let's just open the IDE as well. So here you can see the organization of our workspaces. Since we're using ROS2, we're going to be working under this ROS2 workspace right here. So in this SRC, we're going to be creating our packages. So let's navigate to that location in our terminal. And right now there's nothing in it. So what we're going to do is pretty much follow the question of that post, create a package and create 2 Python files that contain a node that you can launch from there. So first thing is to create the 2 packages, and I already have the command here, so I can, because I prepared, so I can copy it from here. But basically it says to ROS2 package create, you specify the build type, which is AMN Python, because we're going to be using Python files, and then the name of the package, we're going to call it package1, and the dependencies, which will be rclpy, which is for Python. All right, so we're going to click on that create And you can see that we have an output, which means something happened. And you can see over here in the IDE that this package was created and it has a bunch of stuff inside. Okay? So this is the first step. Now we're going to create those files that will have a simple node in them. So for that we can do touch, then the name of the package we're going to put it in. Again, because you see there's a package here, package 1, and then inside of this package 1 folder, within that package 1 folder, you can put your files, your Python files. So here we're just going to call it the classic hello world.py. And don't forget to make it executable with this command, chmod +x, and then the name of the file. Oh, correct, like this. So now if we navigate to that place, we should see the executable file here. It's executable when it's green like this, so we know we're good. And we're actually going to create another one called, let's say, just so that you can put more than one, a goodbye world. Like that. And same thing. Let's make sure we make it executable. I'm gonna make this bigger so it's not so small and it's a lot clearer. Like this. Let's do it like that. There we go. Now we have two Python files which would emulate the files that he wants to have in his package. Okay, so now we're good. We have the basis covered. So now we should compile. So we're going to go to the root of our workspace, which is going to be right here, and just compile like this. And then we source what we have just compiled with source install setup bash. And we can actually check if the system is detecting our package with this command. So there it is. It's showing up. So you can do a ROS2 package list, but this is a lot of things that are recognized right now. So with the grep, we look for it specifically, and it is there. Okay, so we are good, and we can start filling up the nodes that we're going to do in here. I'm just going to do two just templates. It's going to be just publishing a string called hello world and goodbye world. So I have those also already ready. Since this is not what this video is about, you can just put whatever node you're working with. So here, this is just a little node that publishes a string every certain time. Okay, so we're going to do exactly the same for the goodbye world. So here, we'll just change that, okay? So now we have our two nodes, and we can now add it into the, this is probably the most important part, the setup.py. This is where you add the configurations in order for you to have an executable and be able to launch it from your package. So I'm going to do that actually after I show you how to make a launch file, which you also need to modify some things in the setup.py. So might as well make that launch file that will launch these two nodes at the same time, hello world and goodbye world. So in here we can just navigate to our package here and make a directory called launch. And in the launch, we're going to make a file called, let's call it hello goodbye.launch.py. And same, don't forget to make it executable. Okay, so in here now we have that hello goodbye.launch. And let me just copy it from here. This is very simple. It's just a launch file in Python that is importing this function, and you can launch nodes like this. So you select, you have to name the package, the executable, and this is actually optional, but you know, it's always good to have it, so it's going to show up in the terminal. So now you can see that we have two nodes here. We have one called hello world, the executable is called that, and then one that's called goodbye world. All right, so now we're ready to go to our setup.py, right? Because we have our launch and our two nodes, and we saw that it has been compiled before that, so we should be able to add the necessary additions here. One of them is the import of OS, and the second is from glob, import glob. Why is that? Because we're going to be adding this following function here, which is going to let us know that we're going to add all of the launch files that are inside our launch file folder. So now that we're here, we can go ahead and paste it right under this in the data files function. So it's just os path join, share, launch, all of the launch files that we are going to create. And then the second part that is important is we're going to have to add an entry point for each executable file that we have. So we're going to do that. Remember, we have two nodes, so I'm going to do this. And to do this, you have to put the name of the executable, in this case is hello world, then equals the name of your package dot the name of the executable again, and we want the main function to execute. So we're basically going to do that for the hello world and for the goodbye world right here. Oh. Remember, it's in the same package. Like so. And that's it. So this is the important part when you're building on your packages. You have to update your setup.py accordingly. And for that, the first thing is that I like to do is, in order to be able to use launch files, use this join path function, which you'd have to add these libraries, and then to include each of your executables in your entry points, like so. All right, so let's check if everything went well. So we're going to go to the root of our workspace and compile. Okay, it looks good. Source it. And then we're going to try and launch that file, hello goodbye.launch, this one right here. And remember, the name of the package is called package1, and the name of the executable, hello goodbye. So here you can see, it was just going really fast, so this is just for the example, that it is outputting hello world and goodbye world. This corresponds to what's in that launch file. Two nodes, one is the hello world, one is the goodbye world. One of them outputs this hello world string, and the other one outputs this goodbye world string. So basically, inside of this package, the package one that we have here, we now have inside of, again, once you created all of this, except the launch folder will be automatically created, and then you can add as many files, Python files that you want in here. And just remember when you're adding it to include them in your entry points right here. And that's it. That is pretty much how you do it. Let's see if I'm missing something. No, he just wants to add several Pythons to a package. Of course, you can also create new packages for your project. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope that it was informative. It's really important to get the basis right to get started with a project, and I hope this was informative. So I'll see you guys next week for the next video. Bye-bye, you guys.